what would I like in a perfect world would to be sitting there in the White House lawn watching Amanda and Kayla and being like, I got next.
Hello, Juliana. How are you?
I'm over it. I'm good. How are
Okay,
you?
okay, okay. It's so great to see you. You look fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. So do you. How's it going, Ariel?
It's going pretty well. It's actually been a tough day, Juliana, if I'm being honest. I feel like we could talk about this because we're pals.
What happened?
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but do you know Tom Gerbasi?
Yeah.
Oh God. UFC.com.
Love Tom.
Uh, well, this is unfortunately he passed away, and it's awful news. So I'm very, very sad today, and I'm so sorry to tell it to you like this because I thought maybe you saw on social media, but yeah,
Oh
I
no.
know it's. He just came out with this book last week. Last week he came out with this book, and
Oh, his family's probably shattered. That's horrible.
I know I am so sad. He was the nicest guy, and I was talking about how he was so nice to everyone. The fighters loved him, the media, and I'm so sorry to tell you this, but I can't get
That's
over the sadness.
that's seriously horrible, Ariel.
I know.
Why did you have to hit me with that right now?
I'm sorry. I wanted to maybe talk about your memories of him because I know that he's been around the sport for a long time, so I apologize. But you asked me
I
how I was
love
doing, and I
Tom.
feel so sad. And our other guests don't know him today. You're the only MMA guest on the show today, and so I just, you know how it is. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry.
Dude, that sucks so bad. I have been doing interviews with Tom since 2013,
Yeah.
and he has and always will be my favorite reporter because he's so good. I mean, we literally have like a personal relationship, friendship. His family has got to be absolutely gutted. That's horrible. Horrible. How did he pass, Ariel?
I don't know all the details, but I found out last night, and I was kind of numb to it, and I was choosing not to really like believe it in a weird way. And then the boxing writers, because he was a boxing writer too,
Yeah.
for many, many, many years. The Boxing Writers Association of America tweeted it out at like 12 o'clock today. I'm so sorry, and I hope you're not upset at me for bringing it up, but I thought maybe you had
He
seen it.
he just got awarded
Yes.
something from I think the boxing association, and he sent me the pictures because he brought his granddaughter on stage and she was able to share the moment with him, and he was so happy because she was so well behaved and he didn't think she was going to, but she went up there and got the award with him, and he sent me all the pictures with his granddaughter in the dress and everything like that. Honestly, I can't tell you how much I look forward to doing. If I ever look forward to doing interviews, it's with Tom because I know that he always puts the fighters in such a great light. That's the picture. There
Yeah.
you go. Oh, that's so sad. And he always had such good things to say about me. He's such a great man.
Yeah. I'm,
That's
s-
terrible.
do you need a minute? I'm really sorry to be the one to do this. I
It's
feel,
just, there's just been so much bad things going on,
I
and it
know.
is so depressing.
I
The
know.
last time I was on your show too, I was crying, and this is not how I wanted.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Juliana. I just know you're an
Ugh.
OG. You've been in the game for so long, and everyone loved him. And I keep staring at this book on my desk with his name right there, and it just came out last week. And again, I hope anyone, if they want to support Tom, buys it because it's an amazing piece of work. It's about the 100 greatest fighters in boxing history. So I can't get over it, but I am sorry, and I loved him too.
Oh,
I loved him
oh,
too. So I think what I said was at the beginning of the show was because I was getting emotional talking about him. And I feel like Tom, he kind of has like that New York sense of humor, would have sent me a text and being like, hey, man, like, stop crying, get over, he would always send us funny text. Even when shit would happen to me, he'd always be like, stop causing trouble. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
that type of thing. So the best way that I can honor him is to, we have a good day and have a good chat. And yeah, I'm so sorry. Are you okay, or do you want to take a break?
No, no, I just rest in power, Tom. Dude, honestly, there's not anything negative that anybody could ever say about him because he lived such a, exemplary life. Like he was always so good, and like you said, he would always have like a really fun way of making me feel like the best in the world
Yeah.
and making me feel like I was unstoppable and he believed in me. And even if he had to go call the other girl to get her side of the story, he left me believing that he liked me more and that like he wanted me to win and that he knew I was going to win. And so he was dang, that sucks so bad. I know his daughter and his wife are probably just gutted. Oh, I am really, really sorry to hear about that. That really makes me super sad.
The one thing that I'll just say, and then we could talk about what you're here to talk about, which I'm excited about, is that you have literally said everything that I said about him, and I had an hour to think about it. You just proved to everyone who doesn't know who he is exactly who I was trying to tell them that he is, because you can't fake that type of reaction or emotion or even the stories that you're telling. He was that guy. He was salt of the earth, just a pure gentleman, and everyone loved him. People say that sometimes, but I swear to God, I have never met a single person being like, that Tom, I don't really like that doesn't exist with him. And there's very few people that I've ever met that could proudly boast that. So again, may he rest in peace, as you said. And I did want to ask you, and I don't even know how my brain went there. So again, I really do profusely apologize for dumping that on you. But how are you doing? Because the last time we saw you was obviously a tough time. You've had some time to get over the fight, but then I see you're having surgery and you're learning how to walk again and all this stuff, and that's not easy in its own right. So physically and mentally, how are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I've been going through it, dude. I have got to tell you that, having back surgery and, having all these other surgeries that I've been having lately is not fun. And the only thing that I'm like clinging to is that like if somebody's gonna do it, it's gonna be me. It has to be me because I had gotten ran over by a car walking on the sidewalk and had my nose smashed in, and I was able to come back from that. I was able to fight a dude in the alley and get my eye swollen shut for 3 days and 11 stitches in my eye and come back from that. I was able to tear out both of my knees, dislocate both of my elbows, have multiple surgeries, still some that I never disclosed with the public. And I was able to come back from that and get my hand raised inside that octagon. So that is the one thing that I am just holding on to, that like I've been down these roads before. I've built these roads, and if anybody's going to be able to come back from something like this, it's going to be me. So that's the one positive that I've just been clinging to because I'm once again down in the dumps about having to have a surgery, and it can be very mentally taxing if you're not prepared. And so I've just been holding out hope that this is just a part of the show, and I'm gonna, I am on the up and up, and I'm excited for what the future holds, and making a comeback, because I think that the comeback is always the good thing to look forward to, and the exciting thing to hold out for.
If this was sort of like a football field and getting to the end zone is you're 100% healthy, like how far along the way are you right now? How close are you to feeling as good as possible?
Well, I just got back from physical therapy and I just got a beautiful bouquet of roses yesterday to celebrate my 6 week post op.
Oh,
And so it's funny because I got these roses and I thought, oh, I didn't even know it's been 6 weeks yet. So I'm about, I would say maybe like we're a little bit past the 50-yard line for sure. But for me, it's not like this thing where I'm like, I have to be ready because I have a fight in 1 month and I need to, like make sure that I'm there. It's like I'm gonna take my time and make sure that I'm not getting over my skis here, because I got to carry this body on this back for the rest of my life. And I need to make sure that I'm taking it easy and not trying to rush myself in order to, make sure that I make some money, or else I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been blessed enough to be able to chill a little bit and just really take my time and maybe focus my energy on some other things.
Like what?
Well, I'm going to do a remodel in my house. That's number one.
Oh, wow. How big are we
And then
talking here? Are we talking like complete gut job or?
I might have to move out for a few months for sure.
Okay.
Definitely gonna have to, you don't want to be trying to live in a house and breathe dust and do all that stuff. So it's definitely gonna be a pretty big job. Um,
This is actually a big debate in my household right now because my wife wants to do that and I don't want to do it. I don't want to move out. I just like, I'd rather just get a new house. What do I have to go through this? Move out, come back? Sounds like a pain in the butt. You're into that?
Mm, I'm definitely not into this long drive that I have to do for my daughter. So I think I'm definitely going to choose a place closer to her school so that I'm not having to do this hour drive every day.
Okay.
But I love my house. I love the space. I love the neighborhood. I love the seclusion of it. So I definitely think that, a more modern uptake is going to, be lovely. And I spend a lot of time here as far as, some of my recovery down in the basement and office work and being close to the gyms that I train at, which was the main reason why I decided to move out into the suburbs because it was a lot closer to the training that I had to do. So I don't want to move. I love my house. I think it's a beautiful home. But I know that if you were to do one, I would suggest if you were going to move, maybe moving even closer to the studio that you have to go to
Ah,
every day.
okay. Okay. Well, thank you for that. I'll take that under advisement. Okay. Other than remodeling your house, what else? What else?
Yes. Okay. So I am going to be joining the broadcast team for Real American Freestyle, which is live on Fox Nation. And their next show they're gearing up for is October 25th.
Wow. There it is. Thank you, Frankie. Breaking news. Mic'd up at RAF02. I saw you at the debut event, but you were just a spectator, right? You were just, yeah, there you are,
Yeah.
enjoying
Yes.
the scenery. Now you're actually
Yes.
working the broadcast.
Yeah, so my agent Chad Bronstein
The man?
put this, yes, the man, the myth, the legend, put this promotion together with the help of his friends, Eric Bischoff and Izzy Martinez. And this was a project that they were doing with Hulk. And then Hulk unexpectedly passed away. And so this was something that they decided that needed to continue. And it was something that we know that he would want to continue, and we're doing it in honor of the Hulk himself. And so, Terry was a big part of this vision, and of course he loved real American freestyle wrestling, and he loved the WWE aspect of it as well. So it was kind of like a bridge between real wrestling and WWE wrestling. And so you get there and you kind of see these guys pushing each other and kind of having that WWE moment, but then it gets down to the brass tacks of things, which is real wrestling. And I think that it was such a sight to see. I was so impressed with the way that everything came together because Chad has been talking about this for months, and then to actually see it come into fruition was so beautiful. And I was blown away with the production. I was blown away with the venue and all of the fun things that the venue had to offer for the fans. So it was a really fun event, and to be there and to watch it was really inspiring. I saw Holly Holm came out on a day's notice and
Yes.
did really well against Stephanie. She was another wrestler from I think the Mexican side, and so it was just really awesome to see. And now I get to be a part of it, which is another little feather in the cap.
I thought that Holly moment was amazing, and I think maybe some of the wrestling purists would say, "Oh no, Wyatt Hendrickson competing, or this guy, that guy." But to me, we all know Holly. We know her background. For them to be able to do like a surprise thing, because you couldn't do a surprise, a surprise competitor at an MMA or boxing event, but for her to appear like that had a little pro wrestling element to it. And then for her to compete against someone who's a mainstay in this world and actually do well. Chael Sonnen put it perfectly, I thought, when he was on the show in the aftermath. He said, it worked out perfectly for RAF. Had she won, people would have said this was a work. This was scripted, right? But because she
Yeah.
did so well and then lost, it was like, oh, damn, Holly is one of the greatest of all time. Obviously not good enough to compete against someone on a day's notice who does this for a living, but holy crap, what a fun moment that was.
I was so not only impressed but elated for her. You know, she came in from boxing sparring that week, and she had a black eye, and then she goes out there and wrestles on a day's notice, and everyone's thinking she's getting a black eye from the wrestling match. It's like, no, she had that before she came in. It was such a surprise. The fans went crazy for her, and you know, cheers to Holly to be able to have the guts to, you know, get out there and wrestle in front of all those people on a day's notice. It was awesome, and she did very well. I know that she hadn't wrestled in like 7 months, and so for her to get out there and just, you know, be able to do as well as she did, I thought that that was incredibly impressive. And I was, you know, I told her afterwards, like, that was amazing, you did awesome. And of course she didn't get the win, but it didn't matter because I felt like it gave her a lot of street cred, and I think that she got a lot more respect for just being, like you said, one of the greats, and she will always have that, you know, in her name, that infamy of being able to do boxing professionally, do MMA professionally, and now wrestling at that stage and at that level. It was super impressive.
What do you think RAF's ceiling is? Like, do you think that they could be a consistent thing, a show every month or something like that, and be a part of the combat sports landscape like the major, boxing promotions, UFC, PFL, pro wrestling, like just a part of that conversation?
Absolutely. I think that the most amazing thing about RAF is that these wrestlers that wrestle for absolutely nothing get the chance to make some real money. You know, some of these guys, they do this for a living, and you know, when you get to the Olympics, you might win a sponsor, you might win a couple $1,000s, but it's not like life-changing money. And that's why I like RAF, much like a UFC fighter. You know, if you're giving the opportunity to these athletes to be able to go out there to compete, to do what they do for a living, and then pay them on top of it, it's just a great opportunity, and they don't have to get punched in the face. You know, 6 minutes of wrestling, you get paid, you get in, you get out. It's a beautiful thing. And I definitely think that there is no ceiling for RAF. I know that they're looking forward to doing, you know, a show once a month, and I know that they're scheduled for at least 12 shows next year, and some other exciting things, you know, down the pipeline that I don't know that I can discuss right now, but I know that they have some really exciting things on the horizon, aside from the 12 shows that they have for next year scheduled.
Are you going to compete for them as well?
They're trying to get me to compete. Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm like, yeah, I definitely think that I could. I know that they're trying to get Holly to come back, and that's definitely something that they're wanting to do in the future. And I asked her too, would you wrestle again? And she was like, yeah, I think so. And I was like, all right, if you're doing it, I got to do it. But for me, I'm really focusing on making a MMA comeback. And if I can do both at the same time, maybe go wrestle real quick and then, you know, go into the fight, or vice versa, it's definitely in the realm of possibility. I don't know that I would wear a singlet per se, but maybe they could, you know, put a long bra on me and some regular shorts. So
what's
we'll
wrong?
see
What's
how
wrong
it
with the
goes.
classic wrestling singlet? You don't like it?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Holly rocked it and
She
she
looked like a
killed it,
G.
and she looked like such a G. Yeah, but I mean, she's a specimen. I don't know that I would look that great in it. I'm comfortable in the long bra. We'll see. It's not. I'm not saying no. Never say never.
Okay. So as of right now, you're just working as a broadcaster. If you did compete, like, what's the ultimate dream match for you? Wrestling match. Julianna Peña versus who's the opponent?
Oh man, I don't know. I think that that girl that beat Holly, Stephanie, would be a good start for me if I was gonna do it. I think that looks like a fair matchup for me.
All right, fair enough. By the way, you posted that picture with Hulk, and obviously I know about the history. Do you have any, larger than life icon, but you share the same agent? Any interactions with him? You got to meet him. You got to be around him. Any stories that come to mind?
I can tell you a few stories right off the top of my head. I shared a moment with him when he came to Chicago, and we did an appearance together at one of the bars. And meeting him and being able to like sit down in the booth and like spend like 30 minutes just talking and picking his brain and going over all of these things was incredible. We got to share some time down at Mar-a-Lago together, and that was also very cool because for me, especially being a UFC fighter, I'm just a regular person. And when you get around Hulk and, these huge mega superstars in the WWE world, these people can't go to a restaurant and sit down and have a bite to eat without somebody just bum rushing them and asking them to stand up to take a picture with them. And I know what that's like on a small scale, but I don't know what that's like on a mega superstar scale like Hulk. And so when we went to Mar-a-Lago, it was like, you're standing around him and you're just another person, but all of these people just flock to him like crazy. And so you can tell that he is happy to meet them. He's grateful to meet them, but he just wants to be a normal person where he can just relax for a second and just enjoy the festivities, but he never can because he's a mega superstar. And so it was kind of some of those types of stories where he would just, tell us, these things that happened to him in his life. And it was so funny and he was so charismatic. And then, doing these press conferences for my fights for these main events or these co-main events, excuse me, that I've been a part of, he would get on the horn with me and trade information of what I was going to say or give me ideas of how I can make it a work and all of these great tidbits and tips for me to be able to say on stage. And so I was trying to put a little Venezuelan vixen spin on it, but at the same time, it was some of the encouragement that he had given me to make me more confident to go out there and just start, you know, being myself. And so it was really exciting because before those press conferences, he would tell me what he thought I should say or how I should phrase it, and then after the press conference, he was like, "Girl, you killed it," And so he
Wow.
would just, get on the phone before and after, and we traded back surgery stories and our back injuries and things like that. And so there was many times that I spoke with him that he was just nothing but love and charisma and encouragement. And he was just one of a kind, like you said, salt of the earth type of people.
I can't imagine what it would be like to be on a stage like that, to do a press conference and then get pointers from Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? Like the type of confidence you would get from that, and also like validation, and just like that this dude is watching your stuff and commenting on your stuff and giving you props. Like that, I mean, he's the greatest of all time in many people's eyes as far as sports entertainment is concerned. And you also get pointers from time to time from Ric Flair too, right? You get the
Yeah,
Chugos.
no, that's what I'm saying. These guys are like mega superstars, but if you actually talk to them, they're just regular people,
Yeah.
and so that's that kind of side that I was able to see that maybe not everybody else was able to see. They just only view them as like this superstar that they like demand things from, like you have to take this picture, you have to do this, but like you could just tell that they're just normal.
As far as fighting, you're expecting to fight in 2026, right?
Yes,
It won't be in 2025.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's too soon.
Maybe. I mean, it's possible. I haven't heard anything from the promotion as far as them, calling me. But I would like to fight in 2026.
Have you
I would like to
started?
fight at the White House. I would love
Oh,
to fight at the White House.
that's the one, right?
That's the one that I want.
Would you want to fight before that, or
Um,
is that timeline actually better for you because it's a little further
Again,
away?
I'm not putting too much pressure on myself as far as like I need to get back by this day. I think if when I get back into fighting form and when I feel like the time is right, I guess I'll decide that I'm ready to take a fight again. But what would I like in a perfect world would to be sitting there in the White House lawn watching Amanda and Kayla and being like, I got next.
Oh, okay. So you don't want to actually compete. You just want to be the one sitting there in the front row.
Just want to sit there and harass them like they've been harassing me for my last three fights. It's ridiculous. It would be nice to just sit there and watch the show and eat some popcorn like they've been doing to me for the last three fights.
Who would you want to win? Because there's an obvious storyline with both. Who would make more sense for you?
I think a trilogy with Amanda would be the best case scenario just because we have shared, so much time inside the octagon. But then I would also love to fight Kayla again because I know that I can beat her. And I just feel like, given the circumstances that I've been facing for these injuries that I've been trying to, get over the hump and get inside the octagon and actually fight, like, I think that if I could get into a fight camp healthy with having all of these injuries healed, I can beat her. I know I can.
You said in the immediate aftermath you want next. Do you feel like you are going to get next?
I don't know. I don't think so. But I mean, in a perfect world, I would absolutely love that. I don't see why not. I've seen stranger things happen inside the UFC for the women's bantamweight and all of the women's divisions, to be honest.
Do you feel as though there's anyone else like right now at 135? There's Norma Dumont, but there's no like sure thing. So do you feel like that works in your favor?
Um, as far as getting the immediate rematch with
Meaning,
either one of
yeah,
those,
like there aren't a ton of roadblocks. You know what I mean? Like there isn't like, oh, this person's been waiting for 10 years. You know that type of thing.
that's what I'm saying. I mean, like I said, I haven't seen anybody else say that they want to fight Amanda or Kayla except me, So I'm willing to fight either one of them. And if I could, jump right into an immediate rematch with either one of them, I think that that would be the best case scenario. I don't see any roadblocks to it, but maybe the promotion has other ideas. I'm not sure.
And so let's see how that all plays out. Just curious, I asked you who you want, but who do you actually think wins the fight?
Um, I I don't know. I don't know. I think like my head says Amanda and my heart says Kayla. So I don't know.
Your,
It's made the best woman win.
your heart
I don't
says
have anything
Amanda.
personally against either one of them.
You don't? I thought you did.
I've grown,
Ah, I like this.
Ariel. I'm more mature now.
I love this. This is wonderful. This is
Yeah.
good because you just turned 21.
Exactly. I just celebrated my 21st birthday in August and I'm a whole new woman.
By the way, you were the first one to introduce me to Labubus, and now I am happy to report that my daughter is obsessed with Labubus, that my nieces are obsessed with them, that everyone's obsessed with them. I had no idea. Oh, there they are. Yes. How many do you have, and why are they so expensive?
These were gifts.
Oh my God.
So I don't know well, I do know how expensive they are. I got my daughter the Coca-Cola one, which was insane. Because just I've never been to a Pop Mart store and they opened one up in the suburbs and I went there and the place is just crawling with people that are fighting over these boxes. But of course, being a fighter, I got my hands on one
Yeah.
and I got her the Coca-Cola version. And so she was super stoked about that.
How many do you have? Like you and your daughter combined?
4.
Oh, that's it. I thought you would have way more.
We have some Lafufus.
Ah, yes, the Fugazis.
We have 2 Lafufus for real Labubus.
Now, and are you okay with your daughter like having it on her backpack? Because
No,
okay, yeah, my daughter did that,
no.
and I was afraid someone was going to rip it off her backpack. You know, it's
It
scary
it's
out there.
less about thinking that somebody's gonna steal it, which is also one of the things where I'm like concerned about. And it's more about the fact that I know that it will be a distraction for her. Like, look what
Okay,
I got and what you don't got. I got a little, you know what I mean? So I won't let her take it to school.
which is the Holy Grail, like the one that you're dying to have?
I would like the gray one with the rainbow teeth. I think that one's cute. I don't remember the name of that one, but
Okay.
that one's cute. But oh my gosh, I just heard like 3 days ago they're going to do a Louis Vuitton and Labubu collab.
Oh, dang, that's big time.
Yeah, I definitely would love to get my hands on that one. But I feel like now that like I had them before, I remember I was asking you like I want a Labubu and then I ended up getting one. And now that I have them and I love them and I like to change their clothes and stuff, there's a part of me where I'm like, man, they lost their mystique a little bit just
Uh,
because everybody's like obsessed with them now. Obviously I love mine, I still carry mine, but I'm like, they don't quite hit the same. It used to be like a secret thing
I
and
feel
now
you.
it's like everybody's got it.
By the way, who's sending you these flowers for the 6 weeks post-op, the Labubus? Who are these people sending you these things?
An incredible friend.
Okay, I love it. Tremendous.
Yes.
Congratulations on the RAF news. October
Thank you.
25th, Fox Nation at Penn State, which is, as everyone knows, a breeding ground for incredible wrestlers, including Bo Nickel, who, of course, was successful on RAF1, who's going to be competing at MSG, so probably a little too tight for him, but I'm sure he'll be front and center, and so many others as well. Head coach at Penn State, Cale Sanderson, among many others, other legends that have been there. I love the fact that you're involved. You're tremendous on the mic when you've done the combate stuff. It's always been great. Such a great, personality and presence on camera. So well done on their part. And thank you for the kind words about Tom, our friend, at the beginning of the show. And again, I apologize for putting you on the spot there, but I thought that you knew, and at least I was happy that we were able to honor him a little bit. So I hope that was okay, and thank you so much, Julianna. Really appreciate it. Glad to hear that you're doing better, and great to see that we're back in each other's good graces. And we'd love to have you back in studio, by the way. Everyone guys, don't you miss Julianna back there? Doesn't everyone
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Always welcome to rejoin the Parlay Pals.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Pizzi's been blowing it. Pizzi's.
Yeah, it's been a thing. They're wondering when you're going to come back, but no pressure. No pressure.
No, Pizzi ruined it. He killed the bed.
Why'd you have to kill this, GC? Why'd you have to bring him up?
Pizzi killed it.
Yeah, no, Pizzi killed it. You reminded me, though. Thanks, GC.
Right.
I forgot about that, but I remembered now.
It's loyalty.
Hey,
we remind you of the feuds. Merry Christmas, Julianna.
Check out RAF2. It's going to be live on Fox Nation. You guys are going to catch Kyle Snyder versus Mason Parrish, Roman Bravo Young versus Nathan Tomasillo, the RFA champs putting his belt on the line against the two-time champ from Penn State who wrestles for the Puerto Rico team. So there's some awesome matchups. There might be like a Helen Morales down the line and Gable Stevenson. If you're listening to this, wouldn't you want to get revenge against Wyatt Hendrickson, who has a win over you? Like, come on, dude, you got to come to RAF. Come and get paid to do the thing that sets your soul on fire, that you're passionate about, which is wrestling. So come on, and get that revenge, brother.
I love it. Looking forward to it. Thanks for coming on, Julianna. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys. Take care.
There she is, the great Julianna Peña, the Venezuelan vixen. Always great to have her on. Great to see her in good spirits, great spirits, and great to see that she is a part of the RAF family. Thanks for watching this video. Before you go, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for us. Also, give us a thumbs up, leave a nice comment. These things go a long way. And while you're here, do check out the rest of the channel. We've got live shows and full interviews, clips, and a whole lot more. We're doing big things here, and we appreciate your support very much.